In this video, I'm about to show you guys the best budget gaming equipment for Fortnite. These items I'm about to show you are insanely good for the price, so good that you can actually buy everything I mentioned in this video for around $300. I will leave the Amazon links of the products I will be mentioning in the description for you guys to check out yourselves. It's just easier that way. But without further ado, let's get into the first item. Let's start off with the monitor, and by far the best one for the price is the AOC 27-inch curved 1080p 240Hz monitor. I really like this monitor because it's relatively cheap for what you're getting. If you're grinding Fortnite competitively, having a 240Hz display is such a game changer, and this AOC monitor definitely nails that perfectly. The buttery smooth refresh rate ensures your edits and builds feel instantaneous, which is crucial in fast-paced build fights where milliseconds do matter. This monitor also has a 0.5 millisecond response time, which is really good. I really like 27 inches. I think it's the perfect size for esports games like Fortnite. The curved display is also cool, definitely less of a performance enhancer and more of an aesthetic thing, but it's still pretty nice. All in all, this is just a great budget-friendly 240Hz option. This monitor gives you a pro-level advantage without breaking the bank whatsoever, making it one of the smartest picks for any item that's related to Fortnite. The next item we're going to talk about is the mouse, and by far my best pick is the Attack Shark X3. I've talked about this mouse previously in a lot of different videos, and I don't have to go into detail. Literally every single video that's related to a mouse that I've posted has to include this one because it's just really good. The main selling point of this mouse is the fact that it's basically a Logitech G Pro X Superlight, but it costs almost a quarter of the price of the Superlight. I'm pretty sure the X3 is lighter than the Superlight by a few grams, but it's also a little bit smaller. Regardless, you get about the same technology, the same performance, and the same feel on a mouse that's super ultra cheap. I'd highly recommend this one to get as your first gaming mouse, and even as an upgrade to your current gaming mouse. The next item we're going to talk about is the keyboard. I'm usually very vocal on what are the best keyboards and what aren't, and after months of research, I've managed to figure out that the Ayula Win60HE is the greatest keyboard for the price. This is by far one of the cheapest Hall effect magnetic keyboards, and it delivers an unmatched level of responsiveness at this price point. These switches allow rapid actuation and adjustable actuation points as well, similar to the technologies behind the SteelSeries Apex Pros and the Wooting 60HE. You're getting serious value here on this keyboard, honestly one of the best keyboards available in the market. There are definitely great alternatives like the Razer Huntsman Mini if you're not into Hall effect keyboards, but to be honest, the Win60HE is just my top recommendation, and it's not even close. For the headsets, you can always get a better headset later on and just use a super cheap one. However, the best middle ground that I could find is the HyperX Cloud Stinger 2. It's not too bad, and it's also not that expensive. It comes in with DTS spatial audio, which basically gives you a wider and more accurate soundstage. This is a feature that I'm pretty sure is present in most high-end HyperX headsets, but here it's available at a pretty budget-friendly price. Comfort is an area where HyperX definitely shines, and it doesn't slack here. The HyperX Cloud Alpha S is my current headset, and it's genuinely one of the best headsets despite not being anywhere near a studio headset that most professional streamers use for gaming, which goes to show how really good the HyperX is at making headsets. Highly recommend the Cloud Stinger 2s if you want your first gaming headset to be a little bit better than most budget headsets, but also not too expensive. Moving on to the mouse pads, we have a pretty basic answer here, and that's the Glorious Elements XL mousepad. It's a pretty decent glide, definitely nowhere near artisan mouse pads, but still great nonetheless. Durability is my favorite part of this mouse because it doesn't get sticky or weird as quick as other mouse pads. The surface definitely stayed consistent, and I'm pretty sure it took around 9 months for me to notice a difference. It's a premium level mousepad for a very low price that is 100% reliable. Now, if you want to get into content creation, streaming, or whatever it may be, then getting the Fefine AM8 USB dynamic microphone is your best bet. I highly recommend getting just a USB microphone because the difference between an XLR microphone and a USB one is not too different, especially since the price differential is extremely high. The Fefine AM8, in my opinion, is the most versatile USB microphone in the market. It has great RGB, great features, great sound off the box, and once customized is even better. The AM8 also supports both USB and XLR, so you can start simple, then upgrade with a preamp or something like that. The HyperX Quadcast was my first microphone, and I ended up switching to this one. It's just better in my opinion, and I highly recommend it. Once again, I'll have all the Amazon links in the description for you guys to check out. Trust me, you cannot find anything cheaper that will be beneficial to your Fortnite gameplay than these ones. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.